What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mel here, another classic review, and today this is part 2. So today I'm going to talk about my thoughts on Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. First broadcast on ABC on November 25th of 1979, and this was the last Rankin Bass special to star, well, this was the final one special to use Rudolph and Frosty. All other special movies starring the characters were produced by another company. So, before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, are you ready to see it? You're seeing Christmas in July? Well, you better be. You're gonna see one weird one. Let's begin, shall we? So yeah. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Title on screen as or something Rudolph, which has 3 titles. The one you know is Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, while the title on screen is Rudolph and Frosty Christmas in July. Or simply Rudolph and Frosty. That's it. It's an American-Japanese Christmas Independence Day television special by Rankin Bass, which very cool. The last one was called Christmas New Year television special. Now it's Independence Day. Weird. Featuring the characters from the company's holiday specials, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from 1964 and Frosty the Snowman from 1969, among others. Fun fact, it was filmed in Japan using the American company's trademark Animagic, which of course, remember, it's done by Animagic. Stop motion animation style. The film premiered in the US on November 25th of 1909 on ABC. This was the last Rankin Bass special to star Billie Mae Richards, who's the original voice of Rudolph from 1964, 1960, 76, and now 1979. And Jack Vernon, who was the original Frosty. Mickey Rooney reprised his role as Santa Claus from Santa Claus Coming to Town in 1970. And also A Year About Santa Claus in 1974. And oh boy, we have some good cast members here besides them. We also have the comedian Red Buns. If you don't remember him, I know him because I've seen reruns of Dean Martin's Celebrity Roast. When you invite this guy, he always says, "Why does one of the greatest puppets never had a dinner?" He always has that. He always makes that "never had a dinner" roast. That is funny. I think the one that made me more laugh was, I think it was the one with George Burns, or shit. Who else? There were other gags that made me more laugh. Period. This guy was good. I did not know he was in this movie. So, fun fact, he's still alive. That's actually good. We have Alan Stew as Scratcher. You won't believe this. He was the original choice to be in the Sleigh team, not Rudolph, but he was fired after Rudolph was put in the team. So, ouch. Then we have Darlene Colleen as Mrs. Claus, replacing, Shirley Booth. Remember. Let me see. Shirley Booth was mentioned here. Shelley Winters. Oops, never mind. Oh, yeah. Because remember, she retired after A Year Without Santa Claus. So, yeah. We also have Shelby Melman as Lily, as Lane Lauren. We have Ethel Merman as Lily Lauren. I don't know who these two are, but I think these two are the circus hosts. Yeah, I think they're the circus hosts, I think. Let me check. Yep, that's the circus. We got Paul Frees once again playing the villain. Last time he was Santa Claus. Now he's a villain again. He's playing Winterbolt. That's the name. If you don't know Winterbolt, he's like a copy of Winter Warlock. But he's supposed to be the original ruler of the North Pole before Santa arrived. Which, oh boy, his place, he gives you a nightmare feels in that time. He was from the 60s? Oh, even better. He also does voice of the Keeper of the Cave, which is the one to talk to him. He prizes once again playing Jack Frost. Yeah. He's playing Jack Frost. Well, before that, I'm just checking. This is the same year when the other Jack Frost was released in December 13th, a month later. It was voiced by Robert Morse. Well, at that time, Paul Frees voices Father the Winter and Kubla Kraus. Well, we can't have all, can we? He also voices Officer Kelly. We also have Pharrell Ravenscroft. If you don't remember him, he was Tony the Tiger. He was the singing voice in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And also Halloween's Grinch Night. He also was one of the singing busts in the Haunted Mansion. So, yeah, the ghost host, Paul Frees, and the singing bust. And also one of the pirates in the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. That's actually pretty cool. We have Don Messick as Sam Spangles. Donner, Santa's Cuckoo Clock, and Clowns. Why not? I forgot who's the... Sam Spangle is actually pretty funny, but he looks like Professor... Shit, I forgot this guy's name. He appeared in Frosty Snowman. He's the magician. He looks just like him from Frosty, the magician. When he didn't believe his hat was magic, and the kids found that his hat, and he actually brought Frosty to life. That one. Professor Spingle? Yeah. I think that is him. Professor Spangle or Spingle? Or they're brothers, I don't know. We also have Hal Perry reprised his role as Big Ben the Whale. If you don't remember him, he appeared in Rudolph's Shiny New Year. Was a major help. We have Crystal, who is the wife of Frosty, reprising her role since Frosty's Winter Wonderland. We have Nellie Belver, Le Royale. Just wait for it. It's quite confusing. We have Steffi Kelly and Eric Hines. It's Millie and Chili. Frosty and Crystal's children. There must be some magic in that condom. But yeah. And this is like a messed up because they have a whole lot of cast here. And remember, people don't... I forgot how many... It doesn't say how many Rotten Tomatoes has. That's just weird. Because remember, it's kind of weird that they have both Rudolph and Frosty celebrating Christmas in July. Both of these most forgettable. No wonder it became the last one. But yeah. But the plot is right. Of course. The premise explains long ago, Winterbolt, a powerful evil snow wizard, caused havoc upon the people who entered his domain until Le Burrell, the queen of the Northern Lights, put him in a deep sleep. Years later, Winterbolt awakens and is in her final act of magic. Burrell transfers her power into Rudolph's red nose when he is born. Which will stop glowing if it is ever used for evil. I don't know when. Winterbolt learns of this through his genie of the Ice Scepter himself, and plans not only to depose Rudolph, only power capable of stopping him, but also reclaim his territory from Santa Claus. Because remember, while he was asleep, Santa moved to his territory and made his home. Meanwhile, An ice cream man named Milton from Lorraine's circus by the sea arrives and tells Rudolph Frosty that he plans to marry Lily's daughter, Lane, if they star in the circus. That's nice. Of course, Winterbolt offers Frosty. He's a lot of shenanigans here because he just does like that. Winterbolt he has the power of suggestion, which he uses his magic scene. I don't know if it's a crystal ball or a cauldron. He just like sprays some magic dots on him and of persuasion and tells them to invite them to the circus. He does the same thing to Santa when he talked about that. Of course, here's the doozy. Winter offers Frosty and his family magic amulets to keep them from melting. Remember, it's in Florida, so oh boy. Keep them and let them form the circus, but they will only be protected until the final firework fades on the 4th of July. So like a Cinderella story. Instead, the last firework, you melt into water. Oh boy. But Santa agrees to pick up before the magic wears off. Which, remember, Santa was persuaded as well. But the ice dragons create a blizzard. Well, while Santa and Mrs. Claus are on their way there, Winterbolt sent his ice dragons to create a blizzard cyclone to prevent Santa and Mrs. Claus from arriving on time. Of course, he goes to the Cave of Lost Rejections and recruits an unintelligent, nasty ranger named Scratcher, who is jealous because he wanted to be one of Santa's reindeers but got fired when Santa hired Rudolph. Damn. Winterbolt recruits him to try to get Rudolph to appear evil in the eyes of his friends. With Blizzard keeping Santa from getting to the circus, Frosty's family are worried. When Scratcher arrives, he forms an alliance with Sam Spangle during the parade. Scratcher takes advantage of Rudolph's kindness, tricks him into stealing the money from the circus and giving it to Sam. Rudolph agrees to appear guilty by taking the blame after making a deal with Winterbolt to make the amulet's power last longer. Frosty's family and friends and Lily are upset when Rudolph tells them he stole the money and he knows stuff's going, although Frosty tells Rudolph would lie to them. As a result, Rudolph walks along the seashore. Ben, the clockwork whale, arrives and Rudolph tells him his problems. Frosty discovers Sam and Scratcher's conspiracy and he wants to help Rudolph. Winterbolt takes advantage of Frosty as well by lying to help Rudolph in exchange for his hat. Which of course has potentially using his magic to create an army of evil snowmen. Remember, there's magic in that hat, and unfortunately, Rudolph manages, which he did. Unfortunately, Frosty melted when his family find him. Nothing but a puddle of water. Still during the day, there was a conflict, and Rudolph managed to defeat Winterbolt by breaking his staff. And here's the freaky part. When he says when his staff gets destroyed, he turns into a tree. No, literally, he turns to a freaky ass tree. We see a transformation. That is freaky. I bet it's the only. Why didn't they do that part in the early '60s? If they did this in the early '60s, like they did with Bumble or the Winter Warlock, that would have been good. But yeah, after he's been defeated, Rudolph returns to the circus with the policeman who tells everyone he is innocent, returns Frosty's hat and the circus money, and bring him back to life. Oh yeah, I forgot the part. Not just him, he's melted. His whole family's been melted as well. They're all puddles of water. Everyone apologizes to him. Winter Bolt arrives, tries to attack everyone like I said before. After this, Sam is arrested. Good. Scratcher disappears. And all of Winter Bolt's spells were off. But Frosty and his family melts as their emblems are no longer active. Which, of course, however, late for it, Jack Frost arrives from South America on Big Ben to bring Frosty and his family back to life with his cold breath. What the fuck was Jack Frost doing in South America? I don't know. He's seen the famous Rain Brazil, huh? Taking the opportunity to do that, huh, boy? And remember, he's being voiced by Paul Frees, not Jack Morris. It's quite confusing, actually, because this is like a month before the broadcast of Jack Frost, that same year later. Ain't that weird? Anywho, Santa and Mrs. Claus finally arrive and bring them back to North Pole because, well, wait, we don't have the milk, don't they? But Rudolph stays behind, and Lily lets him lead the flying circus parade to thank him for getting the circus out of debt. Which, that was it. I don't know if they had, I was checking if they had, like, the broadcast, the licensing. There's hardly much. But we all know they keep showing this on ABC as well. I remember it because they keep appearing on ABC's 25 Days of Christmas block. So I think it's still going. And it's awesome. As for the producers, we already had Arthur Rankin and Joel Bass as the producers, including Masaki Lizuka, associate producer, including the cinematography by Akikazu Kono of Animagic Supervisor, which has a running time of 98 minutes. Wow. Which was distributed by Warner Bros. Television. Damn. It's kind of funny because, look, country origin, United States, Japan, but it's only one language, English. Strange. Japan had a dubbed version from the first one, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, but why not this one? Oh yeah, I forgot, because they don't celebrate Independence Day. It's an American thing. But yeah, Rudolph's Shiny New Year. It's quite an interesting one. The only thing I like is the death of the villain, because come on. How many of you did not get scared by that shit? Well, to me, when I saw it, I was like, whoa, that's freaky. I wonder how many kids got scared by that. But yeah, let me know what you think of Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Did you love it? Did you, hate it? I don't know. People have mixed feelings for it. Some say they still like it. Let me know what you think on the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment down below. I'll see you next week. See ya.